everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you just a very simple way to make a rosebud. I'm going to be using an Amagic flat brush and I'm trying to see what the number is. It's a number 2, I do believe, and a fine liner by Wistonia. Basically for this you could use any flat brush. It doesn't have to be a number 2. I'm going to be using FolkArt paints, using Happy Green, Tea Berry, Berry Wine, and one other color, Wicker White. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to stick my brush, first of all, into the Berry Wine and just get it full of paint. And again, this is just a very simple design. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and push down, kind of like I'm doing one of my favorite little leaves, and come back through, sticking it into the tea berry. Same brush, pushing down and coming up to the tip. Okay, so we're going to go back to the, let's go ahead and do all of the berry wines first, and then, so again I'm just pushing down, pulling and turning it to a tip. And I'm sorry, my brushes are so long they hit my camera. Alright, then I'm going to dip my brush, not even cleaning it off, just dip my brush into the tea berry and come back through, pushing down just like I did the first stroke and turning my brush, and then coming back here, pushing it down and turning my brush, pushing it down, turning my brush, and doing the same here. If you're new to my channel, have any questions, comments, please place those down below. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell before you leave, so that you can get notifications whenever I post something new. Alright, not cleaning the brush once again. I'm going back in and putting... Alright, so again, not cleaning my brush. I'm just going to tip it into the white, push it down, pull it and turn it. Now this one is a little boxy for me. Just so you know, I like it a little bit rounded as much as possible, but it'll do. One thing nice about painting on glass is that you can wash it off if you don't like how it turns out. Then I'm going to go back into my berry wine, still not cleaning my brush off, and I'm going to just go over the other side again and hold in a clump there. And really with this you don't even have to load your brush again, you can just go back over it just to kind of, I don't know, blend it in a little bit more, however you want to, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I'm going to go into my Happy Green to stick my fine liner in there, and what I'm going to do to begin with is pull my stem. I'm going to be doing 5 stems for each one of my buds, and I'm going to try to keep them together. On my sample I spread them out a little bit further than I should have really, and you'll see why this is a concern, because I really wanted to and they don't all have to be the same length either. You know, when you're doing a floral arrangement, they don't always end up being the same. Sorry, kind of floated off there. Alright, so then what I'm going to do is come in here with my fine liner, and I don't have to actually outline it. I can come out a little bit from it and then put my little piece in there. It's okay if I pick up some of my color from in the bud itself. It's okay. And anytime you're painting, if you feel like it's not opaque enough, feel free to go back over it. Maybe give it some dry time or hit it with a heat gun. However, whatever type of tools you have that can do that, or you can just let it dry for about an hour or so and then go back over it. And then one last one, so I'm just outlining it. I don't have to go all the way up to the tip at all if I don't want to. Or I can. Alright, so then here I'm going to make little lines. And this is just for this design. I don't always do this, but this is just a different design that I'm doing. And it doesn't matter how many, you can make them smaller too. They don't have to be big like what I'm doing at all. Alright, so then what I'm going to do is come in here with my little leaves, still with my liner brush obviously, and then kind of just pushing down, pulling up. Trying to make sure I'm not getting in your way, because I am a lefty, and also too, I like to try to remind you, because I am left-handed, if I'm doing something in a direction that does not feel natural to you, please by all means go the opposite direction. Like I started over here, you may want to start over here and then finish on the right. I finished on the left, well, except for when I went back over it, but I'm not counting that. Alright, so then I'm going to take my brush, I stuck it into my tea berry, and I'm going to come here and just put a little bit more color into this. Did I do all of them? I did. Alright, then you can actually come down the stem some, you can come down your flowers a little bit, just kind of highlighting them. If you want to come all the way down your stem, you can do that. I am not going to do that, but you could if you wanted to. Oops. And again, this is just to give it some color, define it a little bit more. Again, if you want to go all the way down, you can. I'm not going to do that on this. I'm just going to do it on the first leaf on the right side and call it a day. Just kind of highlighting it a little bit. Then what I'm going to do is I wanted it to be like a bouquet. So I'm going to wrap a little string around it in my head, of course, in my imagination, and say, hey, would you like a bouquet of flowers? And then I'm just going to do a quick little loop out here. If you want to make it thicker, you can use a thicker brush. I'm not too worried about that at this point. I'm just making a ribbon. And just making it free-flowing. I can make a little thicker over here if I want. And just so it's not too thin. And then I'm just going to come down with what I would say is just like the little pieces of the ribbon that come out after you make a bow. And just be a little whimsical with it. And there you go. Now, if you wanted to, you could outline it a little bit with some white, just to make it stand out a little bit more. Again, that would be up to you, or you could just leave it like it was. And anytime I do a design, if you don't like something I'm doing, just leave it out when you're creating your own. It's fine. Make it your own. And there you go. Another thing you could add to it is just doing some little dots from the buds. Whoops, used the wrong color. Alright. Yeah, rosebuds don't have to be difficult. I mean, some of them are a little bit harder to do, but this is very simple. Alright, and there you have a little bouquet of roses. Alright, I hope you liked this video. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Before you leave, if you would take a moment to share this video on your social network with your family and friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Until the next time, please stay safe and healthy, and you have a good one.